Hello there friends, and welcome to another video in this series on how to create a WordPress theme from scratch. And in this video we are going to upload our project on GitHub, and this is something I have never shown you before. So I think after we have enqueued our files and included our header, I think it's a perfect opportunity to upload the whole project onto GitHub. And if you don't know what GitHub is, it's a place where you can create repositories and let other people review your code or show your code, and you can share your projects with other people. And it's also a great way for you to store backups of your projects, and also, especially if you work in a team, you can allow other people to contribute to your project. So it's overall a great tool. Now, you don't have to use GitHub. There are other services that do the same thing that you can use. There are a few others. Yeah, Bitbucket is one that comes to mind. But I think GitHub is by far the most popular. So the way we're going to do this is first we have to create a first you have to create an account if you haven't done so. So just go to github.com and sign up for an account. It's very simple. Just follow the instructions. And after you've done that, you will come to a page looks similar like this, and you will have a button that says new, create a new repository. And as you can see here, I have already a couple of projects up here. You could also go to this plus button here up in the menu, and if you click there, you can create a new repository. Same way. All right, so let's create a new repository here, and now you get here and you can create a name. So it's good if you're as descriptive as possible, so it's easy to find for other people and also for yourself if you have a lot of projects. So I'm gonna name this one as software services WordPress theme, like this. Okay, and this name is not taken. Now the description, this is optional, but I like to put in a description so people can see what it actually is. So I'm just going to write this is a WordPress theme for a software services agency. It has plugins, custom post types, custom fields, and custom contact form, and a split front page, something like that. All right, so let's make it public so anyone can see this repository, and we can choose who can commit. And at the moment it's only one person, and that's me, and you probably want it that way yourself unless you work in a team, as I said before. Now, so that's pretty much it. You can, if you want, to create a README file as well, but I'm not gonna do that. I have a description here anyways, but it could be good if you have a bigger project with multiple contributors to your project. All right, so now let's click on create repository, and now we'll come to a page like this one, and this is a quick setup. So what you need to do is you either have HTTPS or SSH. So this is something you have to set up in your on your computer. If you don't have SSH, just do HTTPS. But I do have SSH on my computer. There are plenty of videos on how to create, how to set this up. All right, so what we need to do here is we have to go into our terminal. So there's two ways you can do that. So you have if you have VS Code, you have a terminal built in your VS Code, and it will take you directly to your project. Or if you have an external terminal, for example, if you're on Windows, you have the prompt command, or if you're on Mac, you have terminal, or you can download a third party, which I have done. This is called Commander. This is very useful. I like Commander. So I'm going to use the Commander to do this. So first of all, we need to cd into our project folder. If you're not familiar with the commands in the terminal, you have to change directory. That's what cd stands for. And now you have to go into the folder name. And if you go back here, if I go in here and hover over one of the folders, you can see that up here it says VAMP64, www, software services, VB content themes, and so on. So we're gonna go to all the way into software services. Okay. So if we go back to our terminal, just do VAMP64 backslash www and backslash software underscore services, and in here we need to go into our themes. Before themes, there's something called VP content. VP content, and then into themes, and then software services. There's no need to upload the whole WordPress installation on to GitHub. We're only interested in the theme itself. So and then just hit enter. So now you're into this folder here. So the first thing we're gonna do here is we have to do this git init. Okay. So let's do that. Let's go back here. So let's do git init. All right. So now we're in here, and in Commander you can see here it says master and the origin. So you're in the master branch, and this is the origin. All right. If you want to have a deeper dive into GitHub and Git, there's plenty of videos out there. I might do actually one myself in the future. So after you have initialized the repository, so when it's in yellow color here, it means it hasn't been pushed to GitHub yet. So let's take care of that. So first thing we need to do is just do Git Status, and this will show us what files there are here that hasn't been committed. All right. So we can see here we're on the branch master, so no commits yet, and this is the untracked files that hasn't been pushed to GitHub yet, and these are the files that we can include. All right, and nothing added to commit but untracked files. So what we need to do here is we need to here it says Git Commit. If you go back here, the first commit, but before this here, we actually need to do one other command. So we need to tell GitHub to include all files in this case. So what we do is we do git add -a like this, and push enter, and then now we can do a git commit -m and with a comment. So this is the first commit, like so, and then hit enter. All right, so now we can see this is all the files that we changed. Okay, so now we can see these are all being committed. Now you can see this is it's changed color to white. So now we need to add the repository, the exact repository we want to add this one to. And if we go back here, we need to actually just copy this whole thing, git remote add, and paste it in and hit enter. Okay, so now we have this one here. So now we can actually push the whole thing. So let's just do git push -u origin master. All right, so if it works, it should be pushing up the whole thing to our GitHub account. And now let's see, let's hit enter. And you can see here it compressing all the objects. All right, so it was okay. So you can see it to GitHub. So we get a new branch master. All right, so everything is done. So let's go back to our GitHub and let's just take a look at the code like so. So now you can see we have all the files and folders that we have in our theme folder for this one, software services. Excuse me. So if we go in here and look, we got all the assets and then the CSS file. If we click on this one here, we have what's in here. This is background red. And if we go to our backend, we have the same file, body, background. So now if I change anything here, and let's say we want to push it back up to GitHub, we have to do the same commands. We have to do git add and then git commit and then git push. Okay, so that's that. So from now on, we have a backup of our project and also a place for you guys to, if you want to look at the source code on your own, it's all in one place. I will leave a link in the description to this repository. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.